Good morning. I'm going to be discussing each divine gift in order, starting at the first chakra, the second chakra, the third chakra, the fourth chakra, the fifth chakra, the sixth chakra, and seventh chakra, and the eighth chakra. So we're going to start with number 1, which is divine compassion. So you'll need to look at your chart, your original blueprint, and then you'll see which gift is at what percentage of your divine soul blueprint. Now remember, we all have a portion of all the gifts, okay? And it's called our divine self-expression. Now I'm going to get started here. And the main thing to activate your blueprint is to print out or write down the original blueprint, okay? And you want to keep it somewhere close where you can look at it, preferably like next to your bed or somewhere. That way your subconscious mind automatically kicks in and you start expressing yourself according to your original blueprint. Now, understanding the divine soul blueprint is essential to understanding what constitutes positive and negative choices for each of us as individual expressions of the divine. The energy centers are the most important aspect of our divine soul blueprint. Thinking of the various energy centers as different aspects or qualities of vital life force energy. Our soul is quite literally made of these energy centers. They are the energetic building blocks from which we create into the physical. They are the most important part of our divine soul blueprint because our energy centers are also how we are designed to receive vital life force energy from divine source. There are 8 energetic qualities of vital life force energy that exist within our divine soul blueprint. Our blueprint always contains all 8 of these energy centers, but to different degrees. The energy centers most prevalent within our divine soul blueprint are the aspects of the vital life force energy we are inherently designed to receive most abundantly from divine source. Now remember, vital life force energy is creative energy. Then we access more of our inherent creative abilities and create a highly abundant experience. Okay, so we're going to start with number 1. This is the energy center of compassion, community, nurture, and nature. Clients whose souls are centered in this energy center are highly compassionate, tolerant, and unconditional. They are very concerned with family, social, and planetary causes. The tribal energy through which we are all one at the physical level. This energy center is grounded in doing and helping at the most basic level, tending to our basic human needs, raising and teaching children, social work, nursing, hospice care, growing food, gardening, and environmental issues. Community is very important to them. They excel in creating, structuring, and organizing communities, whether that community is a family, neighborhood, school, or charitable organization. Their gift is empathy. They can utilize this gift to ensure that each individual is served within their community in a way that also allows the community to thrive. They may thrive by incorporating their gift for community into careers, by creating successful nonprofit organizations, or engaging in social entrepreneurship. This does not mean they are always raging extroverts who are the life of the party. However, they must feel a sense of belonging to some sort of group, cause, community, in order to experience their divinity. The negative polarity of this energy center is isolation. Without a sense of community, first energy center people quickly lose their sense of self. They do best to address or eliminate the situations that make them feel alone, isolated, or left out. Because they do have such a strong sense of community, it can be hard for them to walk away from relationships and groups that make them feel isolated. Their tendency can be to work harder for acceptance and inclusion. However, letting go of groups and relationships in which they are not understood or valued is often the counterintuitive key to finding an environment in which their gifts shine. Allowing isolating experiences and relationships will lead First Energy Center folks into the dysfunctional aspect of their energy center, sacrifice. They will become highly other focused in an effort to be valued and accepted. They will try to serve and help others inappropriately in order to shift out of isolation. In an effort to connect with others, they may also take on everyone's stuff and participate in their emotional lives to an unhealthy degree. They may seek to help others to the point of sacrificing their own health and financial situation. Then they try to help from a place of lack and end up in ever-growing states of depletion. They may become so over-identified with the people they are trying to serve that they lose track of the only experience we are truly here to create, which is our own. First Energy Centers often come to us in a state of depletion, having spent years and years in the energy of sacrifice. Coming back into balance may feel quite selfish to them. They may also come to us seeking a stronger sense of personal and spiritual identity. Because they have tried so hard to bring value and fit into a group or community, it is important for them to serve a community while the community returns that value to them, rather than them sacrificing. Okay, now the second energy center is divine creation or divine manifestation. This energy center is all about the joy of the physical plane. It is centered on building and manifesting what is real, tangible, and lasting. This energy center teaches us about the value of the physical experience. The positive, functional side of this energy center embraces money, sexuality, and the physical body. People primary or secondary in this energy center are builders and will enjoy creating something that withstands the test of time. Actual buildings, physical objects, brands, and wealth. They also show us how to be embodied and may be drawn to helping us embrace our physicality through athletics, yoga, dance, tantra, and even adventure travel. When they embrace money as physically creative energy, they attract it easily. They may be drawn to study money, finance, investing, and everything to do with building wealth. They may love new experiences, engaging with the physical world, or even their body in a new way, meeting new people, preferably in person, and experiencing themselves in new environments. Whether it's bodybuilding or leading people in adventure, travel, architecture, or financial planning, these people create success and abundance by shaping and enjoying the physical experience. When functionality is self-expressed, they will love creating new physical experiences, whether this means manifesting wealth, creating a business, or a whole building. From the outside, they may be perceived as chasing success or wealth endlessly. But this is a misperception. They simply love creating new experiences so much that they don't want to stop. The negative polarity of this energy center is becoming ungrounded and disconnecting from the experience of the physical realm. They are often highly kinesthetic people that may not do well in traditional school systems, that are focused on sitting behind a desk and book learning. They may also, because of past negative choices, incarnate into situations that are unpleasant at the physical level. A lack of physical safety will create disconnection from the physical realm. If second energy center clients get into their own heads too much and focus solely on intellectual pursuits and never get out from behind their desk, they will lose touch with themselves and create lack. Because lack makes the physical experience much less enjoyable. It may lead to withdrawing further into the intellectual and mental realm, often to figure out the problem. Of course, this creates more disconnection and more lack, leading to more withdrawal and so on. Disconnection from the physical and lack of groundedness can lead to the dysfunctional expression of this energy center, which is an excessive or even destructive focus on physical or emotional sensation. This may look like constantly chasing the next high. They may get stuck in the intensity of their own emotional life and get so focused on the experience of their inner world that they stop creating outwardly. They end up wallowing in emotion rather than releasing their emotions constructively through action. They may also become addicted to extreme physical sensation, whether that is through thrill-seeking such as skydiving or indulging in overeating, alcohol, substance abuse, or sexual addiction. So, the next energy center is the third energy center, which is your, now creation of course was your second sacral. Now we're on to the solar plexus, and it's called divine order. This energy center is all about balance, harmony, beauty, art, law, order, perfection, and peace. These souls are experts in being in balance and harmony within themselves, with each other, and with their environment. Their gift is to blend the beauty of form and functionality. Not only do things have to be beautiful, they also have to function beautifully and efficiently. They may be highly creative and artistic. Beauty often nurtures them. They are frequently put together and thrive on orderly, organized, and beautiful spaces. They may have a great artistic eye and sense of aesthetics, or are excellent planners and project managers. They love organized systems that are harmonious, whether these systems are a business, a home, or a canvas. They have an innate sense of fairness, law, karma, the balance of choice and consequences. They like to create deliberately in an organized and structured way that doesn't upset the balance of things too much. They make excellent trainers because they have a way of breaking complexity down into step-by-step systems and methodologies. They are also sometimes drawn to the world of public speaking. They enjoy being the center of attention when they are organized, well-dressed, and well-prepared, and are excellent leaders because of their flair for organization and efficiency. They are excellent planners and organizers because these are ways of establishing order. The negative polarity of this energy center is drama. The energy of drama simply isn't a fit for these peace-loving, balanced, orderly souls, and they are well served to address or eliminate any dramatic situations and relationships. Unfortunately, third energy center people may find themselves doing whatever it takes to keep the people around them happy, all in avoidance of drama such as arguments or intense emotional situations. They may also try to excessively manage and organize the lives of everyone around them so that drama can't enter into their experience. They often accommodate others at a cost to themselves because they hate it when people are upset at them. If they avoid drama rather than addressing or eliminating these situations and relationships, they can become quite controlling of others and end up not having much focus left over to create their own experience. They will end up in the dysfunctional aspect of this energy center, which is perfectionism and stagnation. In order to prevent the drama of failure, they will find themselves excessively organizing and planning to make sure everything is right, in lieu of actually doing much. They want everything to be perfect and end up investing a ton of energy in merely maintaining status quo. When reality doesn't match their perfect plan, they become disappointed and are very, very hard on themselves, give up, and come up with their next perfect plan. Their love of beauty may also translate into excessive focus on outward appearance, a fear of being embarrassed or seen as less than perfect, and a preoccupation with people's perception of them, all of which paralyzes them into inaction. Okay, so now we're going on to the fourth energy center, which is the heart chakra, the fourth chakra, divine love. This is the energy center of divine love and healing. Clients with this energy center as primary are innate experts at being in relationship. They are also natural healers. It's not something they do, it's just who they are. Their healing gift is loving acceptance and non-judgment. They hold a sacred space for others in which they can reclaim the pieces of themselves that they have made wrong, that they have disowned. The greatest value they offer is simply their presence. Generally, we want to spend time with them without knowing why. They love being with people, and we innately trust them and are willing to share just about anything with them because they are so non-judgmental. They are frequently excellent listeners because they create such a natural, sacred space of non-judgment. They are incredibly giving people who can easily turn into doormats, and they become depleted because of this trait. People take advantage of their generous and giving nature. They are natural healers. Whether they do this formally or informally, they bring us back into wholeness through loving self-acceptance and non-judgment. They tend to need close relationships and love taking care of others and being taken care of, nurturing and being nurtured. It's all about interdependency and relationship for them. They need people to relate to and be in a relationship with. They find their greatest success when they are both supporting others and being supported, and when they uphold healthy boundaries in their relationships. They make excellent managers in the business world because they truly make their teams feel cared for. They evoke incredible loyalty in the people that work for them. They excel in an environment where people must feel nurtured, from hospitality to healthcare, and are gifted at creating great customer service experiences. The negative polarity of this energy center is lack of support. They must address or eliminate situations in which they feel they are going it alone, with nobody to help, nurture, or support them. Because these people are so relationship-centric, they must at times learn to be more conditional with the people around them. They have to be discerning as to how much they give without receiving in return. They also frequently have to learn how to say no. It is appropriate to receive as much as we give in relationships. However, when they feel unsupported, fourth energy center people tend to model by giving what they want to receive, which can backfire. They give and expect others to give back in return, which often never happens. Instead of renegotiating or eliminating the relationship, fourth energy center people tend to double down on modeling what they wish to receive, giving even more. In this way, they may end up resentful and depleted, and end up in the dysfunctional aspect of this energy center. The martyr who gives without ever receiving anything back. When they are in depletion from lack of support, they have a tendency to go into helplessness. Instead of seeking to be truly supported and nurtured, they want someone to just handle aspects of life for them. They will abdicate responsibility for their finances, aspects of their business, etc., all in the name of being supported. but actually end up disempowered and even more helpless in the process. They may slip into victimization as well as depletion, feeling that the world is a very unfair place in which they always give but never receive back. Okay, the next energy center is the fifth energy center, divine communication. It's all about the throat chakra. This is the energy center of communication, self-expression, and authenticity. This is the realm of the teacher in the written and spoken word. They have a very special relationship with language. Words will taste and have substance for them. They are natural experts at communication. They can become exceptional writers, speakers, or both. They innately know how to inspire and move people into action through words. They excel at helping others change at the level of thought and mind by introducing new ways of looking at life through the written or spoken word. This often translates into the realm of the business within the areas of marketing and sales, where excellent communication skills are key. It is imperative that fifth energy center people use their words in how they make a living. This is often what unlocks abundance for them. It is always important for them to have an audience of sorts to communicate with, whether that's one person or a group of listeners or readers. They are highly verbal people, often constantly talking, teaching, and having whole conversations in their own minds. They always need to talk things through, and one of the greatest gifts anyone can give them is to simply listen and let them work their thoughts through verbally. They are teachers, but are frequently even more comfortable in the realm of the student. They can be avid lifelong learners and voracious readers. They can be prolific content creators and may be full of ideas of what to write and teach. However, because this is the realm of authenticity, it is vital that they express their own unique opinion and expertise, gathered through personal experience and the results they themselves have created. They have strong opinions and perspectives, and their abundance will actually come by upholding their unique point of view publicly. They get on little soapboxes and are highly outspoken. Their inner wisdom frequently unfolds spontaneously when they communicate. Most especially, they will find themselves giving excellent advice that surprises even them when they are in conversation. They are a natural channel, and channeling happens in the moment. The negative polarity of this energy center is when their communication falls on deaf ears. Communication, after all, is a two-way street. If nobody is listening and engaging with their communications, fifth energy center people must either find an audience that actually values what they have to say or relay their message differently. If they don't address that nobody is listening, they may fall into inauthenticity and just start communicating what they think people want to hear. Unfortunately, they may also start simply rehashing what they have heard from other teachers or mentors, leading to plagiarism rather than authentic self-expression. Some fifth energy center people have become so conditioned to not speak their truth that they hide in the student role. They will endlessly read, learn, and study, but not actually do anything, because they might actually have something original to express. It is important that they learn, do, and then teach from their personal experience if they are to unlock the abundance of their divine gifts. If this energy center continues to remain unheard, they will end up in the dysfunctional aspect of their gifts and communicate to no one. Their gifts may come out through unwanted and often inappropriate advice. They may also talk and talk and talk some more without any regard for who is listening or whether anyone wants to hear it. Their communication style may descend into verbal masturbation. They just talk for the sake of talking. If human beings aren't listening, they might find solace in the spiritual realm. They may journal and channel endlessly without ever publishing or serving the world through their gifts. The next energy center is the sixth energy center, the third eye. It's called divine truth. This is the energy center of divine truth. Divine truth is the truth of our divinity, a deep, personal, highly subjective truth that differs from one individual to the next. This is a highly visual realm. They are seers and may be highly intuitive and clairvoyant. They may also be drawn to the visual arts and photography as a way to express truth. They are spiritual warriors at heart that take on a strong stand for truth and bring it to the light where it's needed. They have a gift for seeing people and situations very clearly as they truly are. They have incredible powers of observation. When congruent, they are tell it like it is, outspoken individual that speak up when something is amiss and tell the truth that everyone needs to hear. They find success when they help others uncover and take a stand for their personal, unique truth and help others see themselves for who they truly are. They are natural consultants and advisors. We inherently trust them because of their relationship with truth. Their natural consulting skills serve them well in business in the realm of sales. Ideally, they also manage by coaching and consulting their employees into their own best way of accomplishing results. Within a corporate hierarchy, they are often the trusted advisor to their peers and beyond. The person who will speak the uncomfortable truth as needed. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that. Needed a sip of tea. Okay. Whew. Within a corporate hierarchy, they are often the trusted advisor to their peers and beyond. The person who will speak the uncomfortable truth as needed. They often have a bullshit radar that is turned up very high, and they may also be natural human lie detectors. Their blunt communication style sometimes gets them into trouble. Sixth energy center souls must learn to speak truth in a way that others can actually hear it. The negative polarity of this energy center arises when the truth is unwelcome. They must address or eliminate situations and relationships in which the truth isn't present or wanted. Truth can be highly inconvenient. If they do not address these situations, they may observe but not say much or share their observations. They may become the strong, silent type, which is certainly safer, but does not allow their gift to shine. Children who incarnate into situations where truth is unwelcome may be told, "We don't say that," because truth is not always polite or convenient. They may quickly learn to keep their observations to themselves. They may assume that other people don't want to hear what they have to say and can't handle their perspective. They may withdraw completely into a visual medium that speaks for itself, photography or visual arts or graphs and charts, to the exclusion of constructive verbal communication. They may also fall into the dysfunctional aspect of this energy center, shifting from truth into judgment. They can have a very black and white way of looking at the world that does not allow for any truths but their own, and they become entrenched and rigid in their thinking. They can become aggressive and belligerent in expressing these rigid opinions. no longer insisting on truth, but on being right. The next energy center, the 7th energy center, divine power. This is the energy center of divine power, which we access through free will and choice. This energy center is about doing and being whatever we want without limitation. Having freedom of choice is incredibly important to them, and a sense of freedom is one of the most important values. They are highly energetically sensitive and have an innate understanding of energy. They may be very intuitive or psychic, but can also be introverted because being around people and their noisy energy all day is exhausting. They manifest extremely quickly and powerfully. This means that when aligned, they create results very quickly. However, when they are in misalignment, they also very powerfully manifest a whole bunch of nothing. They must learn to take the immediate feedback they receive from their results. Things will not get better eventually. They are highly independent and strong-willed. They hate being stuck in situations where they feel they have no choice. They take action more easily than most because they understand that only choice creates new experience. They can, however, get stuck in being busy rather than productive. They embrace change more readily than most people and can become the driving force behind the change and create what they want consciously. They love tools and learning how to use them because each tool represents new possibilities and new choices being available to them. Because they have such a strong desire for self-determination, they do not enjoy being children and not being able to make their own choices. Money is highly important to them because it allows them freedom of choice. They often find success in leadership positions. They have a lot of energy, and their strong will often makes them charismatic and attractive to others. They are willing to stick their necks out and go first. 7th energy souls are not risk averse. They are often more willing to fail than most because they realize that they are always empowered to correct their mistakes down the road. This means they often do best as entrepreneurs. This also gives them more opportunity to live as they choose. The negative polarity of this energy center is obligation. Whenever these souls feel like they have to or they should, and they don't have freedom of choice, they must address or eliminate those situations and relationships. Instead of eliminating obligation, they may actually take on more responsibility so they can do things their own way. They are high energy people who can take on a lot, including responsibilities that aren't even their own. If they continue to tolerate obligation, they will become resentful over their lack of freedom and independence. When they are accountable to too many other people, they will find themselves frustrated with the pace of others who don't take action fast enough for them. They will be resentful of people taking up their time, which is another form of freedom to them. Their gift of energetic sensitivity will feel like a burden and cause them to become reclusive. If they become overloaded enough, they will engage with the dysfunctional aspect of this energy center, which is paralysis. Rather than making more choices and putting still more responsibilities and obligations on their plates, they will get stuck in endlessly exploring possibilities. They will endlessly explore new tools, new knowledge, etc. for the sake of creating more and more possibilities in their lives without actually moving forward into any of them. They will get stuck in indecision, but their form of indecision can look very busy. They can even rationalize when they need to yet another piece of software or tool or training before they can finally move forward. Meanwhile, they are actually just spinning their wheels and not creating any new results. The 8th energy center, divine wisdom, which is the 8th chakra. This is the energy center of divine wisdom and the connection to the inherent wisdom of the universe to the physical world. Do not confuse wisdom and truth. Truth is subjective. Wisdom is universal. They are thoughtful, introspective people and are excellent listeners. They give amazingly insightful, succinct advice rooted in common sense and rational thinking. They are highly intelligent and have uncommon common sense, and know when people are trying to run a bypass on reason and logic. Wisdom is very concise. Often these people do not say much, but what they have to say is profound. They are deliberate, thoughtful decision makers and often create success by helping others see their own illusions, false self-perception, and mistaken thinking. Their insight makes them excellent coaches, whether they use these skills formally or as a way to sell, to manage a team, or run a family. They are drawn to what makes sense to them. They are very reasonable and highly principled. They often embrace logic and common sense over emotionality. Simplicity is their gift. They often excel at reducing complexity in a way that increases efficiency. If there is a more reasonable way to get from A to B, they will find it. The negative polarity of this energy center is irrationality. They must address or eliminate situations and relationships where reason, logic, and common sense isn't present or valued. They do not thrive in environments that simply don't make sense to them. There is a lot in our world and society that is not run on reason and logic and common sense. Is not at all common for a lot of people. When 8th energy center people don't put themselves into situations that make sense to them, they can become very impatient and fed up with people in general. When they incarnate to parents who don't operate reasonably, childhood may be very difficult for them. They may also dislike participating in social conventions that just don't make sense. The dysfunctional aspect of this energy center is contempt. They don't create relationships and situations in which their wisdom is valued. They can become angry and intolerant of a world where no one seems to want to listen or has any common sense. They may withdraw from the world and stay on the outside of social conventions, or even become quite contrary to them. They may decide that people are stupid in general, and wisdom may shift into spiritual and intellectual arrogance. All right, thank you so much. Definitely review your Divine Soul Blueprint and see where your soul is made up of all of these beautiful gifts.